Hey, this is Kaizoku Uncharted, where a couple of siblings tell the vastly of anime. If you think this is the crew for you, set sail with us each week. I'm Jakia
and Justin, and the Vivi of the crew isn't here with us right now.
Wow, you called her Vivi? I mean,
she could be Vivi, she could be Carrot. This is how I'm going to treat her.
Wow, I mean, I like Carrot more than I like Vivi. I mean, I wouldn't even call my worst enemy Vivi. I don't like Vivi.
That's interesting. Some people like Vivi.
That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.
So, this week in the news. I feel like, it's not just anime here. We talk cartoon, sometimes video game, but in the news.
Are you giving me video game news?
I'm giving you cartoon news.
Okay.
Only because I know you used to watch it.
Okay.
So Totally Spies is getting a new season.
As it should, 100%. Like, is it a continuation of like Alex, Sam, and Clover?
Yes,
no?
Apparently they're up to season 7, which I did not know.
They are up to it's an excellent show. You should really watch it.
But it's coming in 2024.
That's worth the wait. I'm very excited. Do we know if Jer will still be the spy?
I know no other information.
Got it. Okay. Seems like you need to do more research.
I feel like that was research enough.
No, it's not. Totally Spies has quite the fan base, and a lot of people of recent have been like catching up on the show. Now, I caught up on the show like 3 years ago because I was like, all right,
you were about it.
I was about it because like what was it? Hulu? I think Hulu. No, Amazon Prime messed around and had all the seasons on there, so that's what I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the other news.
Okay.
Is that
could have ended it right there.
I probably could have. So the other news is the next season of Arc Knight has been announced.
Okay.
They have dropped the tease trailer, and the image is like, who is this woman?
I know it's not Tallulah.
I think it's that one girl.
Yeah.
Who is deciding on if she could trust us or not.
Oh, she was annoying though.
Yeah, but longer hair.
That maybe it took some time for her to get
because it was a prelude, So
that's true.
So yeah,
I enjoyed the intro to that song. Was it the intro? Yeah, the intro for that.
The intro was pretty good.
The intro was pretty good. Yeah, absolutely. That was a good show.
Speaking of intros that are pretty good, I'm just gonna say it. I don't know. Oh, that's the news.
Got it. Okay.
I don't know what's going on with Nier. Like, I don't know when the new episode's coming or not. Like, I'll see it on the Just Updated, and it's like for like Portuguese or Spanish. Like it's not a new episode for me to watch.
No, it's just updated for those who who watch it in Portuguese or
it's
German.
taking its time. Like translate. I wish they would just translate everything at once.
Well, they have to have translators, Justin. Not everyone is out
Some
here.
shows do it at once, but I hear you. Yeah. But yeah. I just thought of it because like I see it and then I'll click on it and I get fooled and then I'm like, well, while I'm here and
Justin, the season's done. You gotta wait until the next one. It told us that and then
I like that intro. So
it is a good intro.
So I go back and just listen to it.
Got it, 100% full circle.
So yeah. Also, speaking of what happened last week, this week my Demon Slayer image finally updated.
Yes.
I was like. I mean, I didn't have a problem with what I was looking at, but it kept making me think of the theme song of the entertainment arc. But yeah, finally updated. So I was like, all right, cool.
All time.
All right, so
yes.
What show did you want to start? I mean, maybe it's best to talk about this idol show you've mentioned.
Yes, I will say, folks. Since the season is still new. We were all like, hey, are there any shows that we're all watching that we're just like, try to get all aboard to see what we want to talk about? And so this episode, we will be introducing some shows that we haven't talked about in the previous weeks. So, go with me.
Anything's up for grabs.
Just because it's still early. It's still early.
Shows can get dropped.
Absolutely.
Shows can get at.
Absolutely. Yes.
So.
The idol show. Oshi no Ko.
Okay.
Now I like the intro for this song. I do.
Okay.
I enjoy it. Since we're just taking it, I think it's great. It's catchy. It's kitschy.
Now, I know the reason you want to watch it is because, like, the interwebs is going crazy about this shit.
People
right?
are saying, like, this is probably one of their top shows for the season. It's even when you check on, like, my anime and other, like, anime websites, like, it's in the top, like, it's, like, ranking 1 for some and even ranking 2. So I was like, what's going on with this show? I was like, what's happening?
These are pretty high ranks.
That's why I was like, maybe we should watch the show. I don't want us to be sleeping on something and we're just like, oh, like, you know.
This Demon Slayer is like this season. And that's something.
I mean, listen, that's why I was shocked. I was like, what's going on? Why are people wilding out about this show?
So you like the show?
I get it. I wouldn't put it up there in my top 5. Well, maybe that's not true. No, maybe it's in the top 10.
At least right now.
Yeah.
Top 10. So at least.
I don't want to say top 5, because I know right now top 5 for me is Demon, Hell's Paradise. Hold on, I have to get. Like,
I still don't understand how that show got any negative pushback.
Janae's mad. Like, she don't make any kind of sense, but that's okay. And like, yeah, My Home Hero. Yeah, there are too many strong shows.
This is good.
It's spring came on strong. Spring came on strong.
So the one thing I guess when I saw the first episode,
it was also bold that it did like an hour or something episode. I was like, who are you?
That would explain a lot of stuff. So I thought it was going pretty long as I was watching this.
Right.
So maybe a lot of people like it because it can relate to this day and age. Because I'm like, whoa. Like, first I see this older, I don't know his age, but I see this doctor.
He's a middle-aged man.
Right, who cares about the idol. And then, you know, even the nurse assistant is like, so you're a lolly? Or, you know, he's like, whoa,
no.
whoa. He's like, I don't know. You know, a patient I care. You know, when he gave that compelling backstory on why he cared.
Right.
I like that they commented on. He's like, hey, I just gave you, you know, top-notch sentimental value stuff there, you know?
And she was like, so you are a lowly con. And he was like, no, I'm just carrying on her legacy. Gosh, I'm a good person.
Makes sense to me.
It made sense. It made a lot of sense.
So she shows up at the hospital.
Yes, the main idol shows up at the hospital, yes.
And this is what I'm talking about, you know? Not that anything's wrong, but I have a 16-year-old here who is now pregnant.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I can see how people relate to this.
Huh?
I got this manager who is just a guardian. So now questions are here. I'm like,
what's happening?
Where were the parents? Why is this person in the care of this guardian/president?
Right.
And then I'm just thinking to myself, who's the father? This girl's 16 years old.
Right.
And I'm glad that the manager kind of said it too. It's like, who's the father? And she's like, it's a secret. You know, like, don't use your idol powers here. Like, these are important questions.
These are important questions.
The doctor gets on board.
Yeah.
He's gonna, you know, deliver the baby. They're gonna, she wants it all. Her name is I. Okay.
Yeah.
And she wants to continue to be an idol, and she's gonna deliver the kids, which means she's gonna keep it a secret.
Yeah, like, she went on hiatus. Like, they did the thing, they did the press thing right. She went on hiatus, made sure she, like, stayed on top of her stuff. And then when the time came, it was wild. That guy that pushed him, he goes in the book. 100%.
Do you know his name?
No. Oh wait. Well, I do now. We do learn his name.
Well, I'm not there yet.
We're not jumping.
Okay. So the doctor's leaving. He gets approached by this stranger in the night.
Well, no. What happens is he's getting close to, like, her delivery time, and she was like, "Hey," he was like, "Hey, if anything happens, I'll come back. But if not, another doctor will come." And she was like, "Nah, it should be you." And he was like, "I'll be back. Don't worry." And then, go ahead.
He gets approached in the middle of the night by this person saying, "Hey, are you her last name, doctor?" And he's like, "How do you know about this? Like, she used the surname." You're like all these flooded questions. So the guy takes off. And immediately I'm thinking, maybe that's the husband.
Right. I was like, is this the father? Right. Me too. And I was like, how else? It was a whole, it was wild.
He chases after him. He's like, I must have lost him. And now this guy is a criminal because he pushes this man
off a random cliff. cliff. I guess because we're in the countryside. I don't know. I guess the cliffs are
maybe
abundant.
the cliff wasn't that big that he thought. But I see that, and granted, the fall didn't look too crazy from the imaging. But other than that, it's like, this guy he's like, where's my phone? I'm like,
he's in and out of consciousness. He's about to die, and that's when I calls him because she's going into labor, and it's a whole thing. And so, man, he dies. He ends up being reincarnated
as one of
her twins. As one of the kids. And then
because she's having twins.
Twins. And so, and it takes them a while to like come to terms with it.
But it was interesting that the patient that he's carrying on her legacy, she was mentioning, wouldn't it be crazy to be the child of an idol? And then even in the waiting room,
those people,
some random guy was talking to him. So part of me was thinking, you know what at least would have been cool if that little girl, because she ended up dying because he...
Right, but she died years before, so I was like, oh, maybe it's not going to happen. I don't know. But it all worked out.
So you like the show?
I like where the show's going. It's interesting. To be honest, I feel like it's not giving me Tomodachi. It's giving me hints of Tomodachi hints. Because just to catch her all back up a little bit more. So now, she ends up getting murdered by the guy that pushed her off the cliff. Because someone ends up finding out where they live. Because it's been 3 to 4 years now. She's doing great, all these things. She's becoming an actress and everything. The kids are having more of an active life. You find out the other twin is the one who was a patient that got reincarnated. So it's 2 of them both are reincarnated as her kids. But so she dies, and when he stabs her, he was wait a minute. Oh, sorry. So when he takes her out, he was you don't even remember who I am. And then she's no, I remember each person because she takes her idol work very seriously. And so I think that's so when that happened, it started to go the show started to get more darker, and that's when it started to give me more Tomodachi vibes, just from how the son is I'm going to make sure to solve my mom's murder. And that's what he's doing. So yes.
Okay.
Look, I'm into the show. If you're not into the show, that's
all
fine.
I wanted from you.
What? Did you only watch the first episode?
Yes.
Oh, that's
why I was trying to stop you.
Oh, that was all. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
So anyway,
I told you to watch everything. We had 3 weeks, friend. 3 weeks of shows of episodes. You could just binged it.
I wanted to know.
I'm watching
where we are.
I'm watching.
I'll binge it.
I'm caught up.
So the only reason why I didn't is because of the next show.
Oh, you should have got caught up. That's unfortunate.
Hey, I got caught up on that one, and it's mad notes. Now.
Oh, on Delusion?
Yeah.
That show was wild. Okay.
Jesus.
Look, Justin, that's what it is. Okay, I'm very excited that you watched.
Now, with that being said, I feel like we can't take forever. Because we got the other shows.
That's fine.
So we have to I don't want to rush through it. Is there a synopsis you want to read for
Heavenly Delusion? I don't know. Y'all got on my case last time I was reading out synopsis. Because y'all were that's the whole show.
It was.
And I gave y'all a snippet of what the show was last time. And y'all told me to stop.
Alright. So with that being said then.
Yes.
What's it, 5 episodes out? 5 episodes out.
5 episodes are out, but yes, I watched all 5.
Okay.
I did. That happened.
Okay. A few points to take away from everything.
What you think of the show?
Huh?
What you think of the show?
Like the show. I don't know. I like it when I get tricked, I guess. I'm okay with it.
Why do you like it? I mean, I'm glad you finally admitted.
And to an extent, for certain, when I just don't know the story, when I can just exactly know, oh, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, then we got a problem.
Right.
But few things to take away from everything, and I'll just go through it, and then you can piggyback on it.
Do it.
Episode 1, outside the outside. I was like, what are we talking about?
Right.
So
where are we?
we got this and you can tell like this encampment. You know, they're all wearing the same uniforms.
They are. I did not like their uniforms, but that's fine.
I'm also confused, and you know, and this is why it's one of those things. When I say tricked, it's like sometimes when you downplay something, and sometimes when you overthink something. Mm-hmm. And I think my mind was immediately overthinking stuff because we have the same outfits. There is literally no differential of gender. They are wearing the same outfit.
Right.
And some of them are like, am I looking at a girl? Am I looking at a boy? So, like, mainly the main person who's walking around, who I believe is the person with the same face as...
Right. I was getting tricked, too, because I was like, I was like, did they leave? Are they here? Is it giving you, like, past, present situation? I was getting confused. I was like, I don't know.
Gotcha. So, to me, I'm like, okay. So then they go ahead, after we're seeing this paradise, then we go to the outside world. Right. Outside world, I don't know if we have the names.
Yeah, so we got the main people.
Yeah, I call the first one that I know is Sis.
Yeah.
And then the what's the boy's name?
Boy's name is Maru. Yeah.
Maru. Okay. Right. And then but Sis' real name is like
Kidoko.
Kidoko. Okay.
Right.
So, you know, I'm like, you know, as the episode continues, you know, they're scavenging. You know, they go ahead, they find some flowers, weeds, they try to cook them.
Terrible.
I'm like just laughing, like they thought they can cook weeds. And then I'm like, oh my God, street toughs. You know, so some
that was crazy.
Some street toughs.
There's some middle-aged, like street toughs.
Middle-aged people can't be. They're survivors.
Man.
They're survivors.
With glasses.
You know, and right away, you know, they see two kids. There's 5 of them.
Right.
And, you know, from afar, Maru, I guess, must have feminine qualities that, you know, fair skin. That is the only thing I could think of.
They were ready.
That one man was like, oh, you know, and Maru was like, actually, I'm a man. And then they're like, ugh, all right. And then... And then Sis is like, I'm a man too. And they're like, shut up. And he's like, you can't trick us. And the whole time I was like, you know, she's carrying this gun on her holster. Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, good thing we got a gun. And then she pulls the gun out. And I'm like, yes. Like, I like when things make sense. We have a gun. We pulled the gun.
Street touch.
This is the few times where I'm all for the gun violence.
So you're approving of these young people, these kids here that are like...
Am I supposed to hate the kids?
I mean, you just have a thing about kids who don't make good decisions. I'm just saying, how are you faring so far with their decisions?
So far, I've got no beef with too many of the decisions.
Okay, all right.
It's only the first episode.
Got it. Okay.
Come to find out, the one guy with the glasses, he's a little clever. He's like, hey, that don't look like a regular gun. It's probably fake, you know?
And then they got their courage again.
Because at first they were going to leave him alone.
They ran away. They're like, let's get out of here.
So, you know, they found out the hard way the gun does work.
Yes.
They take us back to their base. She has us charge a battery. Come to find out this gun runs on battery. We were threatening them with a non-working gun because they were charging our battery. And they called us animals. Called us... It's like in One Piece where they called them the worst generation. They were calling them something similar, like your generation is horrible, you know, like they're like, and then they point the gun at them again, like you're like, yes, I love it. Episode 2, the one thing I was thinking, I was like, how the first episode starts, I'm like, what? I was like, man, what's with that crow? Because it only showed like this. I just thought it was a regular crow.
No.
From the angle they showed, it looked like a crow landing on the edge of a building.
That was crazy. That was wild too. Okay, go ahead.
Look at crow. And then I started questioning stuff. I'm just thinking to myself, because there's no differential in the gender or what I'm seeing, I'm like, are they clones? And then after that is I just started having questions. I was like, questions. I was like, why is there a kid in a wheelchair? I know that the old lady was in a wheelchair. Why is this kid in a wheelchair?
Right.
Like, what happened to him?
Why are these kids so strong? That one kid was just like jumping off of things.
Yeah, some of these kids have quirks, abilities,
absolutely.
traits.
And I was like, are we going to talk about this or we just accepted it? I think we just accepted it.
And then I was like, but some don't. Because the one person who has the similar face to us.
Yeah.
I have his name. It's Tok. I know I wrote it down somewhere. It's like Tokuto.
No, Tokyo's the main person.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
That's in the Paradise Place with the same clothing and the fair skin, and friends with this kid in the wheelchair.
Right.
Also friends with that. I call her the bland lady.
Oh, the one Mimi. She's great.
Yeah, she just seems she's like bland. She's like
whatever.
Yeah, she's like, we got a test. Just because we know there's a test doesn't mean you don't pass
the test. I was like, she's spitting fast. Yeah.
And I just thought it took a different step other than the other show with the kids.
Oh, Neverland?
Yeah. Those adults didn't care. The lady with the wheelchair was like, yeah, there's an outside. You know? And the other two assistants like, don't tell them. Like,
she was like, why not?
I know. He needs to know.
Yeah, this is great.
Like, yeah, there's an outside, and it's horrible out there. It's like, all right, you know?
Not hiding the truth.
And then I was just like, what are these bruises that are on this wheelchair-bound kid? I was just, this is where it got crazy.
Okay.
And again, I'm overthinking.
The whole thing has been crazy so far.
I'm seeing no difference between male and female.
Yes.
And now, how this episode is ending.
Yeah.
We're catching a boat.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of skipped the crow scene, but
that's a huge thing with the mom,
essentially,
the house.
I didn't care for it. Essentially, we stopped by this one place. They got working water.
Because they're on their way to. They're trying to get to.
We're trying to find tomato heaven,
right?
Which is the information we got from the 5 male middle-aged street toughs,
right?
And when we get there, the lady, she has a hotel log. I was like, oh, fancy. Yeah, and we give her some AA batteries or AAA. She's like, oh, you don't see these around.
Yeah.
And we go ahead and we pay her, make the payment. We get the bathe. I see all these bruises. Right. And I'm just like, where are all these bruises from?
Right.
From on Sis, the girl. And then we're taking them. And then her face is getting close to the mirror. And then I'm just like, have we seen this face before? I don't know. So I'm like, I'm waiting to see other faces. And then as we're having a meal, we come to find out about man-eaters.
Yeah, we learned more about man-eaters. Like, they've known about it. Maru and Sis have known about man-eaters, but they find out about a local one that's around. And the lady's like, yeah, just don't leave the house at night. Just, stay indoors. And they're like, oh, that's great.
It's like, no, it's fine. We can kill it.
Yeah, we're not worried. Man-eaters. Yeah, that's what we do. And, hence the gun or whatever.
And then the lady started talking about it.
Right.
So she feeds us, and then, like you said, we find out we've been drugged. And I was just like, oh my God, this lady's gonna take on this man-eater by herself.
Me too. I was like, man, she's gonna risk her life for these young kids because she got the batteries. I was like, I get it.
And she had a shotgun.
Right, and she was outside and everything. That's not what happened.
Now I can know this is not a crow. It shows up. It is huge. It shows up to that's where they get you with perspective. So they show up, and she just shoot the gun once, and I was like, "Oh my God!" It's like it's about to go down. So then they've been locked in the room once they wake up from the drug, and then they sneak out through the window, and I'm just seeing that. I thought this action scene was pretty good with them trying to fight it, and then we hear the backstory. That this man-eater is her son.
Well, she believes it to be her son. She ate his son. It's been protecting her. And they're like, hey, if that's what you want,
we won't kill it. Fine. And she's like, you hear that? They're going to leave you alone after they done wounded it a little bit. And it cleaned her up.
It ate her and it just slashed her.
It slashed her up in some nice chunks of meat. And then it started devouring her. And then they put it down. I was like, hey. So as they were leaving, she was like, she would grab those batteries. And he was like, no. So at this point, we go on the boat. Right?
Right.
Is this the boat with the...
The boat was... I can't... Oh, that one guy, the yes man totally goes in my book, in the can't stand book.
Oh, man, he's cool.
He worked fine, but he worked my nerves. But yeah, so get on the boat.
And then that's when he... the main kid with us, with the M, what's his name?
Maru, yeah, because we find out he has this touch where he's able to, like...
Oh, yeah, well, he's able to
to
kill man-eaters with this touch.
Right.
And it looks like he's able to penetrate. It's almost like the deep dive and then kill him or whatever.
Right.
But Maru confesses to...
Oh, yeah, Kuroko, yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the episode. And that's when I was just like,
Wow. I was like, yeah.
I was like... anime involving transgender. I said this is bold.
This is bold. I haven't seen it done in this way before. I haven't.
So,
and then Sis gives her.
But then next episode we get more backstory.
And I was like, that was wild. Now he, as a kid, he did not make good decisions.
100%. So that's why. So that's when I said overthinking stuff. I got no differential in male or female gender. Mm-hmm. Then I got this man professing his love to this other woman, but she says, I'm actually a man. Yes. And then I'm like, whoa, trans anime, this is bold. Let's see where you take it. Because it's a delicate subject. And then episode 3, they clear it up. So, basically, man with the knife. Oh, yeah. So, we go ahead.
Crazy.
They show the backstory.
Yes.
We see her. The girl, she was a car driver, and we see her little brother.
Yep.
And then we see that dude in the picture.
Robin. And the doctor that's unnamed.
And this doc, yeah. So they chased after these people who were giving out fake money or fake tickets. And I was like, yo, this man with this knife is brave. Like, he had to make a decision. Like, they beat up the kid. Robin showed up. Robin took out his accomplice, and the guy had no choice. He had a knife. He either had to run, he looked a bit overweight, so he might not have got away from Robin, or he had to attack. And he made a life decision, and he attacked Robin. He lost.
They making decisions in this show, I will say. Making decisions.
And then, kind of find out they're basically an orphanage.
Yes.
They're trying to make it. His friends, the little brother's friends, tell him, hey, the doctor's been experimenting on humans. You should really have your sister stay away from him. Mm-hmm. Robin's looking into it. We just trust everything Robin does. So, other than that, I'm going ahead. We making it in time to watch our sister's kart race. And as she's going to race, he is scoping and he sees some camouflage like man-eater.
Yep. In the city.
And at this point, I'm just like, you done ran down the stairs. You trying to yell over spectators. Cross the street and tell them. Or tell Robin.
Tell somebody. Tell an adult that's there.
Tell an adult.
Yeah.
So he runs because he's been picking up W's, I guess, with this handheld crossbow he made that shoots out nails.
Right.
So he goes and he said, I'm going to take it down. And I'm just like, okay, I don't like this at all. So he shoots the crossbow at the invisible thing because the race track is going to meet up with the creature. He shoots. It don't damage it. He gets a knife. He does some intense breathing and he stabs it. I'm like, cool. Now let go of the knife. Right. Like, he doesn't. And it starts eating.
It starts to absorb him, which is, it's rough. It's really rough, and I feel bad for him because he's just like, let go. It was bad.
The sister and the carts, they pull up. She sees it. She says, turn around, everybody. There's a man-eater. But she hears noise.
Yeah.
She hear it eating on something. And she see it's her brother. So she uses that cart as a ramming weapon. And here's the crazy thing. That thing didn't die. It just left. It like ate enough and it just walked away. And her brother's here, just a head, a torso, and no arms.
Yeah, just took him.
So she's crying. She yells help, and then it goes black.
Yeah.
I also thought I heard a gunshot.
Me too.
So
much. I don't know. I needed answers. What happened after that?
I did put that actually. I said I'm confused. So a gunshot, surgery, looks like a brain transfer because there's a Frankenstein like dotted sewing around our scalp.
Right.
And Robin is gone / murdered. I don't know what happened here.
We don't know what happened. We ain't seen Robin. We learned that people been disappearing. Right.
But logically, at least what we're being fed, we've already been told a backstory about a doctor doing human experiments.
Yep.
There was a gunshot.
Yep.
He says that I'm a boy, but he clearly looks like his sister, who is a girl.
Right.
I got brain transfer lines. His brain must have been put inside of her body. I don't know why.
Don't know why.
And we need answers.
We need answers.
The doc has skipped town. Now the question becomes, and that's what I wanted to find out from you.
Okay.
Do you think it's actual trauma that she misses her brother so much that she's thinking like him?
I don't know.
Or do you think it's an actual brain transfer where it is her brother in her body?
I think they've done it so well that I believe it's like two can be true, and I truly don't know. I truly don't know because like I was thinking about that. I was like, maybe she just really like, because that's really traumatizing to see your brother that happen to your brother. And I was like, because we don't know if the gunshot was to her and she needed to get like surgery done, or like they said, and we find out in a later episode later. I'm not going to jump, but we kind of alludes to like how the doctor is doing stuff. Perhaps we don't know. All I know is I would be happy with either or, but I do think it's interesting if it's like actually the younger brother who is now like having to live life through his sister, because so then it's just like him having to accept the fact that his sister died because of his actions. I mean,
that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Now, so the real twist would be if it's actually the sister the whole time.
That
and
too.
It's just traumatizing.
That would be crazy too.
And then as the episode ends, there's a man-eater attacking a fish, or attacking the boat, and it's a fish with arms.
Going back to the kid. And
the kid drew a picture of a fish with arms.
Right. So
are they creating them?
I don't know. So that's why I kept getting confused. So that's why I feel like they're doing like a past, like are they doing like a future and past moment? Because I'm just like, is this the past, or this the past situation where?
So I was trying to
creating things.
I was trying to see, because I know the one main character over there on that side, Tokyo.
Yeah.
He got several of the pictures in his room.
Right, because they were fighting the frog girl over the pictures, which is understandable.
Who comes off a lot like Froggy.
Absolutely, I get it.
So I was just wondering, like, is this I need to see more of the pictures and see, are we running into more of these creatures? That way I'll know.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I don't know if it's like he's creating those, or maybe I'm like you said, going back to the clone situation, and he maybe just has someone's memories from before.
Right.
And so I don't know, but I did notice that because I was like, I feel like we've seen a couple of those monsters already.
Then the 4th episode, we're told about babies. And the frog-like girl wants to show us these babies.
Yeah.
She's able to jump all the way up to this vent.
I mean, I was with Tokyo on this. I was with Tokyo on this when she was like, "How do you expect me to do that?" And they're just like, "Just do it."
Yeah, so he figured it out. He got a robot and did it just like that one kid did her. Yeah. But I was because at first I was like, everyone has traits, and then I'm like, why doesn't Tokyo? Right. But I think his trait, and I don't know if you feel the same. Why are they invisible on the camera?
I think it's just Tokyo.
Right. Possibly.
Because that could be their thing. Because like this is the second time it's happened, or like because at first I was like, maybe the machine or like whatever the security system is like, maybe looking out for the kids and letting the kids do whatever they want. But then I was like, no.
Tokyo asked for the ball that rolled in front of that camera, and we saw them.
Right.
Plain as day.
Right. I don't know if it's because if they because I think that during this time they were
when
panicking.
he's like concerned or
panicking.
Well, I'm talking about when they first wanted to vent.
Right.
Because they showed the camera looking right at that area.
Yeah.
And it was invisible. Right. Now, what you're talking about is when they go in the ducks and they're like, see, it's babies. And then an alarm goes off. Right. I was like, they invisible again. Right. But that dumb kid, why didn't you have your shoes off like the girl? So there's a shoe mark on the door as we climb down. Yes. But like you said, these are not babies. I'm like, this is an incubation chamber.
I was like, what is this? What's happening? It was strange.
But I think those are man-eaters.
I don't know if they're man-eaters. I think they might be them.
Think about it. Well, that was another question. Right. Because the one that we had stabbed, it has a similar symbol.
It does. And that's another thing. So I was like...
It has a man-eater symbol. Yeah. But like you said, maybe somehow... They are doing work on man-eaters and children. Yeah. Or somehow making the man-eaters become
humanoids or something.
And that's why some of them have certain traits and some of them don't. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All I know was like, it was wild. So I was just like, what's happening? Because then like, when it left, it said Tokyo's name, and I was like, it's learning really fast. I was like,
yeah, it started speaking.
Actually, to be honest, I was like, I got, it was like, wait. Was it when they were trying to touch hands? I was like, is the baby like looking out for them, and does it have powers and it made the thing invisible? I was like, I don't know.
You know what? They know the outside one.
I don't know. That's why I was like, is the internal
We need a lot of
answer, because then we find Mina, who's like the AI thing, who looks like a pregnant woman, or I don't know what's happening. I have just too many questions.
But then after this, the yes man owned the ship, or the right hand man. He is trash.
He is trash. He was like, "What are you doing?" And then they're just like, and the captain's like, "You know what? I like to see those kids again." He was like, "Yeah, they're great kids." And I was like, "You just trashed them."
Like, I can't believe you trashed our product. And the captain's like, "They saved our lives." He's like, "We're very grateful."
Thank you very much. I was like, "What a way to live! What a way to live!" And then he's just like, "You want to be our bodyguards?" And then they're like, "We'll think about it if we come back."
We need answers.
We need answers.
A
lot of answers. And then, I think, is that 4? We can stop.
That was 4.
Okay, we can stop at 4.
This is
week 4.
All right.
Yeah. That was crazy. Woo!
A lot of stuff.
A lot of show. So, we keeping this show?
I'm not going to keep the show.
I'm keeping the show. Okay. All
right. Let's see here.
Delusion. Yes.
Try to make up some speed, because I don't know how much time we just spent on Heavenly Delusion.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about, Justin. It's a good show.
Rokudo Bad Girls. I mean, I didn't write too much notes, other than, like, I was like, who's this lunatic?
There's
a motorcycle cop. She is, we were just driving on our motorcycle pad, Rokudo is, and then she just pulls on the side of us, just start beating us with a stick.
Yeah.
I was like, who is this lunatic? And then, OMG, after that, we kind of find out, she's a girl who goes to this prep school, this all-girl prep school.
Right.
It's her dream that she wants to be a motorcycle cop. She looks up to them, and come to find out, she basically tells us we can't drive on motorcycles
anymore.
Yeah, not the thug ones with the symbols and stuff.
I mean, to be fair, the one that he was riding was not a good one, and I understand that he was like, "Oh, but my friend got this one for me," but it wasn't a good look. It's a tacky. It was tacky.
So after that, after she has said that she'll drive us around just to make sure we don't drive on those things, we get dropped off. This random guy runs up on us and says, "Hey, have you seen this girl around?" And then we find out. And as he's showing the picture, I'm like, oh no, it's the ring. The ring from that group.
From the Onishima Union?
Onishima Union. So after that, I'm like, oh my God. So we don't tell him. And I'm like, thank goodness. Yeah. And we try to get her attention because we're like, hey, they're going to come after her. Yeah. And we get on a troublemaker bike and they're like, are you sure she's going to show? And Chief and Colonel's with us too. And they're like, yes. He's like, real motorcycle cops won't be out at night. So she comes out and finds us, and we're like, hey, don't do it. We only, I was hoping he would just tell her, hey, we only did to get your attention. But they're like, don't do it. The only Musha game's after you. Don't do it. And then we see, It was the gang who attacked her Prince Charming, the motorcycle.
Right. So now she's doing it for a vendetta. So I was like, so even though I can't stand the colonel, aka the major, but he was like, listen, Rokudo, like technically she's a bad girl because why else would she fall for your charms? Like you can't keep saving every bad girl.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? Just save everyone?
And he's yeah.
I thought they were gonna do another speech. They're like late night drinking drinks outside of a convenience store.
I know. Like, I love how the actual like tough one is just like sitting on the bench enjoying it. I was like, why are you here?
Hey, he's got their backs.
He does. That's what they do.
But yeah. I mean, it's still doing what it needs to do.
It is. It's still doing what it needs to do. We're learning more about new characters. I feel like we've seen like 3 now from like the cover page. So
there's still some new ones.
That's some new ones.
All right. What show are you thinking?
Dead Note?
Oh, I thought we weren't doing that one anymore.
Oh, well, I thought it was like I thought she was gonna watch it,
right?
And so this was her time to watch it, her redemption story. So I was like, let me make sure I'm caught up. But we don't
just don't watch it.
Okay, that's fine. We don't have to talk about it.
I was gonna save it for myself.
But it's good. We finally meet those 2 people, the ones that were silent.
Okay.
And I was shocked to find out.
I mean, I had some notes about why I was starting to get annoyed because of the second episode. But all right, we'll watch and talk about it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So I was like, all right. Let's see. What else? My Home Hero?
I mean, sure, that's not wrong. At first, I was confused because I was like,
100%.
I feel like they don't show us information that we don't need. So it started off with Tuesday, 8:30 in the morning. And I was like, this date is going to be important. And I wrote it down. And so far, it's not been important. I just ended up writing it down.
Well, no, because we needed to know information. Because he was like, you got till Friday.
Yeah, okay, I guess
so I was like, to let us know, like, what day it was.
So, right. Basically, we get called up. We get out the hospital. We get picked up.
Right.
I can't stand his daughter so much.
Yeah, she's not
Rika.
Yeah, she's not great.
And she's like, what happened to you? And I like that he got her back. He said, I fell or something. And she was like, or something. And I'm just like, you said the same thing to him?
Or something.
Yeah, punk. Trash. And then he came up with options. He was like, hey, I either got to plant this evidence on someone else and make it seem like they did it.
Yep.
He was trying to think of what he could do. Then he got the call from Koichi, and they went. He bought a hat.
I think this also goes back to like the time of like us finding about Tuesday and then coming up on Friday. He was like, if you was a minute late, I was gonna send all your information to.
No, send the new photos to all his contacts.
Yeah, to all his contacts. Well, yeah, that's his private information. So, so he was like, no, I like hats, so I needed to also like cover, the bandages from, what happened to me, that you did. And like,
100%.
And Koichi was just like, okay, and I'm just like, so don't be upset if we a minute, like, almost late. Like, we here.
But I'm like, where is this? So we go to this,
club, maybe?
I don't want to call it a club. It's,
I don't want to say it's a hostess. Maybe it's a hostess bar.
An entertainment bar.
Sure.
And we meet one of Nabuto's.
Wait a minute. Before that, the person that welcomed us at the door with the glasses, was that the same guy that ratted on us in the first episode when we were telling
I thought it could have been.
I thought it was him. I was like, is this him?
But then at the end of the episode,
which got crazy really fast.
Because, not even in the episode, like halfway through point. Because it was like, because I thought the person who kind of, maybe that wasn't Nabuto's father. Because I kind of was under the impression that it was his father was the one who saw him in the first episode and got him in and took the photos of him. But it couldn't, right, his hair's longer.
I think that was...
I think it's the same guy.
Person. Yeah.
And then, we're asking her questions. He realizes our phone was bugged.
Oh yeah, he's asking Hibiki, who we come to find out is Nabuto's actual girlfriend.
Main squeeze.
Right.
But I thought this was top-notch stuff. He actually got her to talk.
He did.
And Naruto told him how they're after him because he pulled off a job before the organization did. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, okay, there's your evidence.
Right there.
Like, leave us alone. So I was confused. Like, I didn't know. And then he said, this app sucks.
Yeah.
And I was like, did he not hear the conversation when he said that? I wasn't sure because I'm like, that's all the proof you need. We're not involved anymore. You know that he pulled a job from underneath it.
Yeah.
So someone from the organization wanted him dead. We should be good for scotch free. But then the guy shows up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and that's where it keeps getting me. Like, we're a group of individuals because it's like, why are we getting billed? Why you brought me here? You brought me to talk to this person.
Right. I was so annoyed. I was like, is Koichi like messing over us again? But no, we find out that it also comes to find out that people don't really like him either. That's how I was thinking.
Yeah, well, it also seems like it's like, yo, you're not supposed to be doing this.
Right.
This matter is supposed to be dropped. Like, you're part of the problem. Like, why are you, like,
still
this is
doing
over.
This? Yeah.
So, at that point, we're basically told, hey, lucky for you, there's an opportunity for you to make up this money. You got to do this job.
Right.
So we go. There's this one guy with us. He's got a gun. He looks very similar to the guy Koichi looks up to.
Right.
But he doesn't have white hair.
Right.
He's like, hey, on my signal, you guys are going to go and attack. And
at first I was like, what's the signal? I was like...
Yeah, I just figured he was going to knock on the window next. But Koichi's like, he's like, you killed Nabuto, didn't you? And he's like, he's just thinking like, why is he asking me this and now all of
a sudden.
So we get the signal, we run through, and these guys are crazy. And like we run through, they shooting us up, and these guys are violent. They're like, yeah. They're like, take some photos.
And then the people that met them, they were like, these people are nuts. Like, why are we doing business with these people?
But then several semi-trucks show up, and now there's gunfire, and we're like, we roll down the hill. It looks like Koichi's going to die. And I'm thinking to myself, yes. Like, if Koichi's dead, this is over.
Right, but then Tetsuo was like, don't you dare tie on me after all this nonsense you put us through.
100%. Because now it's like, yo, you heard everything. Like, he should be able to get everyone else off our back. Get rid of these new photos that I've been blackmailed on. Like, this is over. And
I missed the entire week of work because of this whole thing.
Nuts. So, and then this one stray gunman gets away from the fight, and then he's like, hey, what? And then a gunshot goes off, and the thing goes black, and I'm like, either Koichi got shot or someone shot that guy.
I thought it was Kubo who did it, the one with the white hair, because he was in the semi-truck.
Oh, it wouldn't be, hopefully. So,
hopefully. I don't know.
It's constantly good.
It's good, but we also will say Tesla made the decision that he's going to keep his wife out of this. I don't think he's going to be able to do that. I think she's committed to the whole thing.
I think it's dumb that he's trying to do that anyway.
I was like,
they're already going to be involved. Stupid. I'm like, you might as well let them in on it so they're not caught off guard.
Yeah, good show.
Let's see here. So, Hell's Paradise.
Man.
So
love this show.
We meet Fuchi, who is the Asamon with the Rising Dragon. He seems like he's like a mass killer because he's like dissecting things, and he takes it to heart. He's like, hey, we Asamon are more valuable to society than you guys are, you criminals. And I'm like, okay, makes sense. And then we meet another Asamon, Genji, who was originally assigned to this one criminal who's dead. And I'm like, but he decided to stay on the island. So I'm like, why didn't he leave like that first guy? Like, get out of here. Like, you're playing safe, you're gone. And then we meet Senta, who is the guy with the glasses. Yeah. And then, of course, the ninja girl, the Koichi that they're with. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, okay, so Genji possibly has fallen for the Koichi.
Right, that's what everyone said. They're just like, got it. That's what happened.
And other than that, we learned some backstory, and I was like, wow, these guys are great and they're clever. So the Bandit King, Aza,
Yes.
we kind of find out his Asamon is Toma and is his brother.
I was like, this is the long game.
I was like, genius.
Perfect.
That's
100%.
genius.
It was great.
And they run into some of these demigod things as well, and they're tearing them up. And after
I thought his brother was gonna leave him for a second, and I was like, "That's for me."
No, he got a better weapon.
Right, and that's for me not having faith. But it was like,
even his brother thought it. His brother was like,
what
makes him stronger is his ability to change. He won't let weakness hold him back. And I was thinking to myself, like, yo, your hair's too long. It's bound for grabbing. You know,
and it was definitely grabbed.
But we grabbed the we grabbed one of their weapons, and he made good sense. He's like, one of their own weapons should be able to damage them. And I'm like, logic, 100%.
Right.
And this guy, the Bandit King, is a genius. He said, we're going to find an elixir and we're going to drink it. And then we'll be alive forever. I'm like,
he's making all the great plans.
It's so smart. And then when the episode ends, they put Senta to work because our Asamon, what's her name? I can't stand her sometimes.
I know.
Where's her name?
She almost in the book.
Yeah, it is. Sagiri.
Yeah.
She had fainted for some reason.
I know.
I was like, did a bug get her?
Something. I mean, listen. This island is no joke. Anything can get you at any time.
So they made Senta start carrying her, which I thought they should have made Genji carry her. He's bigger, but hey, Genji we need him to attack stuff.
Yeah.
Put Senta to work.
Yeah.
I was like 100%. But
I will say it was cold blooded that the Kunoichi, the way that she ended up getting.
They got information. You got information.
Absolutely, I do. But the way she did it, he was like, well, how did you find out about the? But she was like, oh, I had him do it. I had him test it out.
I let the apostle criminal do it.
And he's like, how? Like, you know.
And like, and some bugs don't attack you unless they're approached.
He's like, how do you know that? We tested it out on him. Like, every time she's like, we tested it on more. We tested it on more.
They tested on stuff.
I was like, they had notebooks. So.
Notebooks full of information.
With photos, with drawings and everything. It was great.
It made sense to me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah. Great show. Love it. I'm hoping we keep getting more information on the other cast of characters before they dive deeper into. And it's interesting. Everyone has the same logic of I'm just gonna kill everybody to make it, and then I can take my time to find it. Little bit, and it's like we only know that some additional killers is about to show up, but we don't find it in time. So I want to see how this plays out.
Well, before we go to another thing, what did you think about the larger monsters, like the things that they were saying and stuff? Like that was like when they were talking to the Bandit King, and he was like
killings of sand.
He was like even the fish and the fish and the insects, and he was like, "Don't put that on."
I didn't.
Do you think that's gonna be like a recurring theme for like the ones that are talking? Is that the thing?
Nope. I just I like it. I was like, it talked and he shut it up quick. That's what you need to do. Don't got time to hear that. Let's see here.
All right, I've heard that was great. All right, let's talk about MASH. Mashal.
So once again, the spectators were up to their usual antics.
Yes.
We found out that Lord Tom was last year's MVP.
Yep.
And he was also sportsman whose stuffiness actually works well. I was like, man, these spectators are giving us all the information. So it was ridiculous. So basically.
I was shocked at how long it was. I was like, how is he keeping himself up there for that long? It didn't make any sense.
So Tom is giving us a motivational speech. The other team comes and hammers him. He goes flying, possibly broke a rib. And then Mash grabs his broom with determination, takes off in the air, and they're like, why is he kicking so much?
And they're like, wow, he's just like levitate them. He's just standing, and then everyone's like, "Oh, why is he like kicking?" Yeah.
And they're just taking that as a guy scared that he's kicking a lot. You know,
Right.
his legs are flailing. So he's kicking so fast that he's able to fly in place.
He was up. He got some distance.
And he just kept throwing the ball with almost like a boomerang like arc. So it kept coming back to him.
We were down by 50. It was like, I was like, I don't know how that even happened, but sure.
I was like, there's not enough time.
There's not enough time.
So Mash broke the record of the most points scored after he just kept scoring. He was throwing that thing so hard. I thought he was just going to hit all the competitors.
Yeah, knock
and
them
then
out.
that way they would have been like out of the way. But
no.
Mash is ridiculous.
Made the paper,
which, and of course, when you make the paper, you get someone's attention.
Yeah.
And this guy, they show his name is Lance, and I just put, never trust a guy named Lance.
Why?
Too many problems. So we get info. There are 2 marks. So people that have 2 marks
are dangerous.
Well, I mean, the number of lines reveal the amount of magic you have, and 2 marks are basically 1 in 10,000, or no, 1 in 100,000.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh. So I'm like, okay, Lance has 2 marks. Lance is also on the cover.
Lance is on the cover.
So at least we know we have a future ally.
Right, and Lance is in the ending.
And we see that Lance shows up. He's like, hey, you guys are having fun. He's like, we're not having fun. Lance captures Tom, Fan, and Lemon, and basically threatens us to a duel.
And he was like, you better meet me after school or whatever. And I was like, oh gosh, it's going to be a repeat of last time.
Hey, that's how you make sure someone shows up. So after that, we go, and it's a supposed to be a magic fight, but he starts using gravity. At first I was just like, okay, I thought it was just a barrier to keep all damage elsewhere.
Me too.
But it was gravity. He was standing up, so maybe it's just gravity in front of him. And then...
or he's immune to the gravity.
Right. So Mash, and I was just thinking, all of Mash's training, he might be able to handle this gravity. And Mash was even brought to his knees, like to his face. And then I was just like, how's Mash going to get out of this? And then Mash pulled up the roots from the ground underneath him to throw him off balance. I'm like, Mash, up to it again. And then they start having and I was just waiting for him to start juggling his magic or something.
Me too.
ridiculous.
I want the Mash method of just like deflecting people's magic and just knocking it to the side.
I think because this guy used gravity, we can't do that.
Right, we can't.
So after that, he basically is like, we get his backstory. He's going to become a divine visionary for his little sister.
Right.
Because her mark is leaving.
It's disappearing.
And once she's gone, she's going to essentially be handed over to the cops.
The parents like, we have no choice but to hand her over.
I love his response. He's like, you're not our parents.
And I was like, wait, what? They're not? I was like, I don't know.
Yes, he's like, not anymore. He's like, the fact that...
He made the decision.
Yes. He's like, if you're going to abandon your daughter, you're not our parents. And I'm like, yes, this makes so much sense to me.
I know, compared to, like, the grandpa was like...
And he has 2 marks, and they only have 1.
Yeah.
He could have killed them if he wanted to. That would have been the easy solution. That way she would have still been there. He would have just been taken care of. They don't have parents anyway.
Yeah.
Just ended them.
It was crazy though. He was there like, we have no choice. They looked like, hey, but your future's set. I was like, what is that?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
So after that, he's like, look, we forgot to mention, he started this fight over, they had to wager their coins. He has 2, Mash has 1. And he wants to hurry up and become a divine vision. I was like, that's one way to go about it, challenge other people, take their coins. So he threatened to kill Finn, Lemon, and Tom by dropping this bottle over the cliff, and he was going to use his gravity to make it go faster. And by the time he's explaining this, Mash already took off his robe. He got his exercise gear on. I'm like, oh yes. And then Mash is so ridiculous. He ran, caught the bottle, came back up, and figured out this ain't even a real bottle. He's like, you're a good guy. We shouldn't have to fight. And, hey, we're good. Now we're going to, next episode, I can only imagine, we're going to meet the red hair person in this intro, and then we can get business started. So,
yeah, we just meet the people. We're just getting the gang together. I don't think Tom's going to be a part of the gang, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What?
Let me check out the stuff here.
Oh my god. So Justin is like making a very shocked face as he's looking through his notebook.
I did not watch Birdie.
Oh my gosh. And you should have.
No, I shouldn't have. But I was gonna watch it only to kind of like I kept pushing this off.
It got real because she not there.
Right. I know she got kidnapped. It looked like she got chloroformed and taken elsewhere.
It was a whole thing. It was great.
I was just anticipating because I know we were gonna be back with Biscuit Head over there, Lily. So I was.
No, Lily's not here.
Oh, okay. Even better. So yeah, I don't. Oh.
We got a lot of information.
Hey, all right. Hey, we'll still get it. We'll still get it.
All right. Well, I guess we're holding off on Birdie until next week.
All right. So let's go. I think that's it for the new shows before we talk about it.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, so moment of truth. Are you going to handle a One Piece factor today by yourself?
I mean, I got it last time. Janae didn't help me last time.
This is true.
And the time before that. Oh, we didn't talk about Magical Destroyers. Did you drop that show?
Yeah, I thought we dropped that show.
We did?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, if you want it, we can be that one.
Look, I watched it. I have to see how this all panned out, but we don't have to talk about it. It's fine. If you didn't watch it, that's okay.
Okay.
I will say I did agree with the older otakus. Because they're just like, this is kind of y'all's fault for plotting your otaku-ness out into the world. It was great. But I'm still committed to Magical Destroyers.
Okay, alright.
But that's alright. Interesting.
Alright, you want an easy one or a hard one?
You already know I want an easy one.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, wait, what's the hard one from?
Oh, this is going to be Punk Hazard regardless.
Oh. Okay. You know what? If I'm going to get it wrong, let it be hard. Let it be strong.
Smart.
Let it be hard. Let it be strong. Alright, I'm ready.
When Chopper finds out
that
the kids are being drugged.
Oh, he was so mad. Yes.
What is the name of the drug inside the candy?
Oh, man.
You will never get it.
I will not
it's
get it.
MHCIO.
No.
Yeah. I know.
No, that was a hard one, but good for you for... Now I know to keep an eye out for as we continue to work with these mad scientists to take note of their.
I don't think I'll go that far again.
I think you might, but that's all right.
All right. So that being said,
yes,
we got Demon Slayer.
Got Demon. All right.
So they confirmed it. It is anger, joy, sorrow. So not sadness.
Yep.
Pleasure.
Yes.
Anger
was so...
Anger is so angry.
I love it. He was like...
He is
you
crazy.
getting beheaded is making me so angry.
He is so crazy.
He's so crazy. But he's also the leader. I feel like he's the leader of the group.
It is so ridiculous how angry he is.
And he has a staff. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
So, as Tanjiro gets separated...
Yes.
He cuts Joy... remember the foot had grew ahead.
Right.
And he gets hit with the Sonic Blast.
By the two little mini ones.
Right. And he puts two and two together.
That it's not strong.
It's getting weaker.
Yes.
So we have come to the conclusion.
That this is it.
It's only these four.
That's it. No more, no less.
And if we keep cutting them.
It's going to be weaker.
It's going to be weaker attacks. But this bird was putting in some work with them talents.
Oh, no. He absolutely was. Without a doubt. This was a tough fight. Joy was tough.
The village gets attacked by tons of fish with vases on its head.
Yes, we have yet to see number 5.
There needs to be some... Now, I feel like there are no defenders of the village. Like, maybe, I know at one point you were thinking maybe one Hashira was there all the time. Like, there has to be other things in place. Because if someone's going to attack, they're going to, of course, try to separate the Hashira away from the village. Like, there needs to be things in place here.
I agree, Justin. That's why I feel like the village is always ready to move. But now, from how this is planning out, I think this village has always been here.
Maybe they'll be planning to move, but... it's like they're ready for it because they're ringing up the bell.
They got a system.
The fit in the village. They're just weak.
Everybody takes up arms,
spears.
But also, to be fair, this is an upper tier demon.
That's true.
That they're fighting. So maybe if it was a lesser demon, they'd be fine.
Right, gotcha.
But this is in the top 5.
I'm gonna take that. Okay,
I'm gonna say that because and they're not running. They're not actively running away.
I feel like, but it's an upper demon who is just summoning lesser demon. I feel like these fish are lesser demons.
They're lesser demons, but again, they power from number 5.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
So, from that...
I was getting a little annoyed with Tanjiro because he was like, I gotta go back to Nezuko and I gotta go back to whatchamacallit. I'm like, they fine. Just focus...
They are not.
Look, I'm just saying, focus on the fight in front of you right now because Joy's nothing to play around
Shouldn't even focus on the fight, yes. But I was just like, I understood.
Okay.
I was just thinking, where is this Hashira at? Because he got sent flying, and I'm like, I need you to hurry up and get back
here. What's taking you so long to get over here?
Right. They switched over to, I think his name is also Genji. Is this a thing? Genja, yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Sorrow impales Genja, and
he starts doing this mantra.
Yeah.
And he's not dead, and I'm shocked just as he is. He's like, why aren't you dead?
Maybe that's how the tooth healed.
Maybe
it's something that's some type of healing mechanism.
Because they got him a couple of times.
Several times he should have been dead.
Absolutely, 100%. But he's like, I'm still...
Nezuko was bringing it to joy. No, not joy.
To anger and...
Pleasure. To pleasure,
yeah.
And she even used his own fan on him and sent him flying a minute. And I was like, yes, girl, that's what you got to do. Like, we got to get out of here. And then anger, man, he's just so boss. Like, he stabbed her in the throat and was just constantly having lightning come out. I was like, dang, like, we need help. And then Tanjiro used his wits, where he used his speed of Joy, the bird coming after him, used his speed so that he can get over there sooner, like a tailwind.
Yeah.
And then when he got up there, it was clever because he landed, cut part of them off, tried to attack Anger, used Joy's claw, and he's like, this guy's learning during battle. And I was like...
he's dangerous.
He is.
Absolutely, 100%.
But then we got thunderstruck again. He pulled out another staff, and I was like, no, we cannot have this other staff. But Nezuko had stopped the staff from hitting, but then Pleasure showed up with another fan and just got us. And then they attacked us again, and we were like unconscious on the bottom floor.
We were like, eyes were white.
And then at least the girl Hashira is also on her way because we saw a crow where her color scheme like, hurry up, the village under attack, hurry up. And I'm just like, yo, this is looking very grim because they about to finish us off. And I'm just thinking to myself, who about to save us? Is it about the Genya?
I mean, Genya still got something impaled through him right now.
I don't know who's going to save us.
I don't know who either. Because
they stopped at a really good time.
They did.
Because I was like, yo, these two might die right here.
Yes.
Like, if they weren't the main characters, I was like, yeah, they about to die. It's not
but I enjoyed the fight, though. I'm a little nervous.
Maybe the robot will show up. With 3 arms. Or the 5 arms.
I don't know. I don't know where he at. I don't know where that's at.
Me neither.
Right. But, hey, it's happening. But no, excellent episode. I was like, woo. I was wondering where that other annoying crow was, but, you know, just running around all the time.
Hey.
Why was she going to get help, okay?
The prodigy is the handle of business. And then...
Oh, no, we learned some information from Tokito. We found out that he doesn't have his memory. So, like...
Oh, right.
And so now, so that's something that we're learning.
He is the Miss Hashira.
Yes.
He said the person you don't like.
Yes.
The one running the Demon Corp operation.
I feel like running's a strong word. But
he is the leader.
I mean, I feel like this leader is being used very loosely when it comes to this person.
What would his title be?
Look, all I know is if it came down to him and the up or anything, he would not be here.
I don't know that.
I do.
I don't know that.
I do. We know this to be true.
I know that to be true.
Why ain't he out there? Why ain't he out there against Muzan every day?
Where is Muzan?
Muzan out in the streets.
No.
He's a kid.
You know how hard it is to find Muzan?
No. Muzan can be found whenever he wants. He leading different lives. He's a child.
No, he can't.
Look, Justin.
I rewatched the episode when Tanjiro, because I was like, yo, you know what feels good right now? Let me listen to that Entertainment Arc intro.
It's a good intro.
And then as I watched it, it kept playing. And it was the episode where Tanjiro was like, they wanted some, it was their first time in the big city. And I was like, well, while we're here. So I started watching it. And after they finally got a meal, he dropped the meal and he was like, that smell. I'll never forget it. And he went running in the street and he found them. You know how hard he'd been eluding people for years.
Centuries.
He didn't know he could get sniffed out.
Yes,
No, he didn't. And Tanjiro was like, and he saw him and he was like, Dad, who is it? And he couldn't believe it. He was like, this thing is acting like a human. He's got a family. And then he was dumbfounded. And then Muzan, so quick, he cut the neck of somebody, and that person turned to a demon and was about to attack his wife, and Tanjiro held him down, and he was like, as Muzan was walking away, he was like, you'll never get away. He said, I'll keep coming. He said, I'll find you. And Muzan, you can saw his face. Muzan was ticked off. He was ticked off that he got found. He couldn't believe it. So I'll tell you what. I know what you see. You see a sickly, old, disease-ridden leader. I know that's what you see.
So wait a minute. So you think he can throw down?
Oh, I'm telling you. This is what I'm telling you. He got enough for one last go.
Guess what? He not going to be the one.
Maybe a few goes. But you know what they doing?
Not a few
That's
goes.
why they got the corpse. Because they waiting. When he gonna have, they waiting for his strength to fight Muzan. That's what it's about.
They're gonna be waiting a long time. They're gonna be waiting a long time.
And that's why Muzan keep changing it up. Because he don't want to be found because he gonna put in that work.
No.
Just you wait.
No.
Oh, I'll call him right now.
No.
That old man, he go, you gonna see that illness? He gonna be putting in work.
He ain't gonna be putting in any kind of work. He ain't gonna be putting any kind of work.
Maybe he'll fight the number one.
No. It's either he fighting Muzan or none.
He won't Muzan, and I think number one gonna get in the way. He gonna watch. You probably gonna see him throwing down with number one and that girl playing that instrument. He gonna be putting on the show.
That's probably his top 3 right now. Top 2.
I'm just getting hyped thinking about it. That man, I don't know what his power gonna be.
Nothing.
He gonna tear it up.
He ain't gonna tear up not a thing. Not a thing.
All right, any other information you want to bring up?
You hyped yourself up over nothing. No, we can keep it going.
All right then, shoot. All right, so One Piece.
Madness.
So we got more info.
I'm very excited that we did not cut back to Sanji and Queen's fight. I have to say that.
Interesting.
Look, it's been going on for too long. It's been going on too long and they ain't done nothing. I don't need to hear Queen talk about Sanji show me more of your stuff.
Right.
I don't have time for that. If you either throwing down or not, okay?
Got it.
You guys had a very pivotal point.
I was annoyed that some underlings were like, yo, King.
I was like,
let us kill Roronoa.
So I'm going to get promoted. What?
I was just thinking to myself, like, why are they not dead just from looking at us? Like, I was confused. So, I didn't write that part down, but I guess he has now obtained King, the Conqueror's Haki.
Yes.
Because King tells him, "Oh, so you want to be king?" And then, that ain't what he aspiring to be. But we get some info.
Yes. I enjoyed the flashback.
Yeah. Oh, Kid Zoro, hence the post. So
yes,
his child friend sword, Wado Ichimaji, the white sword, and Enma were both crafted by the same person, Shimotsuki Kozaburo.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, all of a sudden, Zoro was able to remember that there was an older man
who was a samurai
at the village, and we found out the village was actually named after a criminal.
Right.
And they were like, "What?"
And no, because he was like, "The Navy's coming." And I was like, "How do you know that the Navy's coming?"
He knows.
He just knows. I thought it was interesting that his childhood friend, like, they made that connection, like, "Oh, like that's his granddaughter," and I was like, "What? Where does this all come?" I was like, "All right, sure, I'm down for that story. I'll take it."
He escaped.
He left
made a village. Right. That's why he's a criminal. Only because he decided to leave Wano.
Yes.
They made a village, and he wanted to settle down. He wanted a life, and now we find out he had a son and a granddaughter. Like, there it is. So, other than that, he gave Zoro those two swords. We find out. Mm-hmm. He told us they're dull, and he kept hinting that in his prime, he can make some great ones. And now we know he made some great ones.
And it was Enma.
It was Emma, and it was his granddaughter's sword, which makes a lot of sense now. He made a sword for his granddaughter. Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The one thing I took from it is he gave a great quote. He said, "Swords yearn so deeply to be deadly." And I said, I said, okay. Makes sense to me. So I can only imagine, I guess, Zoro has now conquered Enma, because this whole time when it's draining its haki, it's been purple. And he's like, if I keep letting this happen, I'm going to die.
And then he was like, I can't think about that.
He said, hey, don't worry about it. And now it's become green. His aura.
Right.
We displayed Conqueror's Haki, knocked them out, which should have been happened. Like, I'm still under the impression everyone should be, like, knocked out if you ain't a samurai or the people like the Tobiropo or the gifters.
Right.
But King, at this point, King's like, okay. He's like, oh, so you want to be king. So now we about to finally throw, it looks like. Yeah. Now we about to throw down.
We're about to throw down. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
I think you're going to be mad. Because if they about to finally throw down, they probably about to cut back to Sanji Queen.
Man, we done had 10 episodes. I just need some King Zoro time. That's it.
And it's going to get serious for that they about to finally throw down.
You going to get mad because we're going to go back to see your favorite Orochimaru.
Yo, this man should have been dead.
I will say, I'm glad they went back to the fight with Apu and
I like that.
Drake.
Yeah.
I did. I was like... Because I was like, Janae was right. They got those two numbers.
Those two numbers showed up behind them.
And then CP0 was like, okay, another hindrance. I was like, it's going to be
y'all
over.
Were clowning. Old dude with the mask, he came with the thing in front of his mask. He came and kicked Drake real quick.
I mean, look, they're just doing drop. I thought it was hilarious that Apu decided to drop kick him when he didn't have nothing to do.
He around. So now they about to fight these numbers, Drake and Apu, and I'm like, good. And if we were smart, Brooke needs to show up. Let's fight these dudes right now. Because I'm so confused. Like, unless Brooke about to kill Orochi or come fight CP0.
It's CP0.
I need Brooke to do something regardless. That's what I need.
Brooke is trying to keep Robin safe because CP0 said we leaving with Robin.
Right. You know how you keep her safe? Let's just go handle this problem right now.
I mean, hey, I agree. I'm waiting for that Brooke CP0 fight. I think that would be great. Maybe they wait for the last, what, how many was it? 3 of them that were there? Or was it 4?
It is 3.
Maybe that's what that is.
Maybe he cut off, right? He about to fight. He about to get this true one-on-one.
Right.
Because let's face it, if Brooke took on both of them, and the power scale would be a whole different ballpark at this point.
Absolutely.
Because it would have been Brooke. Because then I can say, yo, Brooke would be 2 Cypher Rules 0 people.
I can't say that about a lot of people.
100%. So, yeah, so that happened. That Momonosuke kid.
I mean,
he figured out he could touch Kaido's flame.
Why would he not? But everyone learns in their own time. I told y'all not to have any faith in him and his flames because look, his flames are non-existent.
At least that fool stopped pulling his flame and he tried pulling Kaido.
I was just like, why don't you try pushing it from the opposite? I don't know. Something.
I was like, yo, try turning his flames
into your flame.
I was like, there's options here. I still think he should have just made 3 rings of his own.
Absolutely.
And then pull Kaido's. At this point, you got the advantage. But his flames also aren't as big.
And he's not strong. Let's just put it out there. Momonosuke is not strong. He might be a grown man now. He might be a dragon. But it does not make him a strong one at all. Okay? That's just what it is. I know Janae wouldn't.
I also don't know where is Big Mom's kids. Like they came on the boat.
Look, I told you. They were lost. They lost at sea right now. Okay?
It's not a good look.
Look, not many people can make it to the land of Wano. Okay? That's what they want.
I guess.
Look, okay?
I guess.
Or hey, maybe CP, maybe more they doing another Buster Call. Who knows?
There's a lot of ways they can switch this over.
They really can. There's a lot.
Because the Big Mom fight is not concluded.
No, it's not.
But I can also see it being, this is about the Emperors.
Mm-hmm.
The Luffy fight, in my eyes, would be last. Yeah. Big Mom's fight would be second to last.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. King's would be third.
Yeah.
So that means before anything start going down, Queen would have to go down first.
Look, we already got the Jack one out the way, but we know Jack not dead.
Oh, not to mention Orochi got to go down.
Oh, yeah. He probably going
way before any of those.
Yeah.
Cypher Pool 0.
I don't know. I feel like Orochimaru might be one of the last people that go down.
I can actually see him not really going down either.
Yeah.
Like, I can see everything ending.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks he's won because he's outlasted Kaido.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Yeah.
Momonosuke gets his 1v1 and he kills Orochi to avenge his dad.
Now that'd be a long fight.
I'm hoping it won't be.
Because they both not strong.
I'm hoping that he become human form.
Okay. And just...
all his retainers are around him.
Yeah.
Somehow give him power. Maybe one of his traits is he absorbs his camaraderie. Well, that's true, because maybe
they're 9 heads, maybe, and each one get a head. That could be it.
Like, but I could see him cutting down, like him and his sister cutting down Orochi the Offender.
That makes sense.
Right, something like that.
Yeah, but that won't be
to make him important.
That won't be until the end, though.
Right.
Yeah, so he's gonna be around for.
Maybe they'll boil him alive, but they did.
They should, but it won't work out because he's not Odin. So. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's One Piece. Yeah.
It's about to, I think it's finally. No, it's not about to go down. But once we get that Queen, Sanji, it's serious time. Then we can finally say, okay, it's about to all go down.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna close this out though, because they've introduced very late in the game Sanji allegedly actually hitting a woman character. So we'll see. I feel like it's a little late in the game to do it.
I still hated it.
Hey, who knows? I don't know. I feel like it's a little intense, but they did it. All right, that's this week's episode.